welcome back to another vlog. So our last two games, Bromley and Halifax, I did go to. I didn't upload them because I didn't find the time. Although I did try and upload the Halifax vlog last night, and there was an error while uploading, so there's no point doing that now. Because obviously games are coming very thick and fast. We've got this one tonight, so there's no point putting two out at once, and I will make sure this one goes up. But yeah, so moving on to the game. I mean, Eastleigh at home today, a tough side who are in 7th, I believe, in the table, so they're only a few points in the playoffs themselves, so they're in a kind of a fight with Ebbsfleet and Sutton, I think, to get into that last playoff spot, really. And obviously this is a game in hand for Eastleigh. Any points that from their position that they could pick up against us tonight would be massive, even if it's one. But I'm expecting a tough game. Obviously they're one of the better teams in the league, they're up there for a reason, and they do have ex-Orient striker Paul McCallum, who I mean, is very controversial stuff about him and his time at Orient. He started off quite promising, picked up a very long injury, had to get a helicopter, I remember, at Cambridge away, I think, onto the pitch to get him airlifted to hospital. He picked up a bad injury, then he came back the following season, and that was our relegation season, was our top scorer. And then when things got tough in terms of the wages and that not being paid, he was a little bit disrespectful to the fans, and ended up basically saying he wasn't going to play for the club. So I get it, and I don't want to touch on that too much because there's a lot on that. But I mean, he's on very good form. He's second top scorer in the league behind Danny Rowe, with something like 23 goals. So he's done well since leaving us. No doubt he'll probably end up scoring tonight. You know, that's what tends to happen with ex-Orient strikers. They always tend to come back and score against us. But nah, I think this is going to be a tough game. You know, I mean, it's kind of do or die for us now, really. You know, we drew at the weekend and had to leave it to the 94th minute to snatch a point. So we're, as it stands, 1 point behind Salford on top. This is our final game in hand. We draw, we go back to top, only on goal difference. If we win, we go 2 points clear of Salford. Yeah, 2 points clear of Salford and 3 of Solihull Moor. So it's a massive game tonight. You know, I can't begin to tell you how big this one is and how big every game is now, between now and the end of the season. And I mean, if we lose tonight, it's out of our hands, and that's for the first time in a long while. So a draw isn't good enough either, really. You know, it's a big opportunity tonight, although it's against a very good team. A massive opportunity, and the prize that's up for grabs is massive. So yeah, I'm very nervous about this one. My score prediction for tonight, I'm going to go for 3-1 Orient. I know Eastleigh conceded a lot of goals. I know their goal difference is -1, which is mad, considering they're in the playoffs. To have a -1 goal difference means they obviously concede a lot of goals, but probably score a lot as well. So I think there'll be goals tonight. So that's why I'm going for 3-1. So let's get down to Brisbane Road in what is an absolutely massive game. Up the odds.
Pretty poor following from Eastleigh there, I must say. I told you, I was nailed on. Coroma equalised. Massive goal. 30 yards and there we go. 40 yards to 50 yards. Coroma scores a goal. Go on, please. Coroma scores a goal. 30 yards and there we go. 40 yards and 50 yards, the Rovers scores a goal. The Rovers scores a goal. Orient, you make me happy, and skies are grey. And know just how much I love you, until you've taken my Orient away. 2-1. I mean, McCallum again. Every time that ball goes in the box to him, he is dangerous. Again, a lot of free kicks at the minute, but we'll see. Oh, keeper dropped it. Oh, rare! What? Oh my god. Yeah, this is dangerous. Watch McCallum. Good kick here, both of you beat down on it. Good little run. Don't know what's going to happen with it. Frame will go for goal, both of you over it as well. We'll put it in the box, I'm not sure. The angle's tight.
Long angle primary really, I'd say. You're going to have to do something go round.
Whipping that and bending that round.
Oh! Yeah, it was a good strike. That's going off with an injury. Looks pretty bad. Leyton coming on. Don't really fit into the system though, because he's going to have to play either in centre mid, and he's very lightweight the way this game's going. I'd have brought on Maguire Drew personally, but we'll see. Corner here. Not long to go. Oh, great ball. Came in nice, nobody really near. A good opportunity right. Well, 4 minutes had it run now, but a good opportunity. The ball came across the box from Bum, very quite fast pace. And I mean, I don't know who it was, but it was put. I mean, it was cleared away. Trouble here. Don't want that ball going in the box. Oh, good. Madden Coast. Half time, 2-1 Eastleigh. I mean, we've been the better team by a mile, but the chances and the, you know, the crosses into the box are a real danger. And, I mean, you've got to stop McCallum from getting his head on the ball, and that hasn't happened. You've got to stop those crosses coming into the box, and that hasn't happened. To be honest, I'd take off Lynn, probably put both feet at wing back and then bring on Maguire Drew or someone in behind, but there's got to be a change or something made, or a change of formation, because it ain't going to work at the minute, and the way it carrying on, you know, you're going to get beat. So it's frustrating, and we're finding it very hard to open them up. We need someone that can put a good ball into the box, and Maguire Drew's the best one that does that in this team, and he's on the bench, so get him on. Massive 45 minutes now that can potentially define our season. This is massive. Come on, boy. Go on. Great little goal. Great goal. It's game on. 3-2. Oh my word. Jesus Christ. What a game. Oh, yeah. Come on. Hey. What a great 5 minutes. I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm till I die. Go on, Josh. Come on, both of you got past the play, just cleaned them out, yellow card. There we go. Stand up. Come on. Good ball in here. Colson's head on the end. Come on. Oh. Go on, Macca. Corner here. Oh yeah, McCallum got that away. Oh, nice. Oh, corner again. He going off, and Matty Harold coming on. A bit of a weird one considering we're winning, but you know, just got to trust him. Hey, 4 minutes at a time. Kick the ball back. Come on, boys, see this through. Come on, holding it up in the corner. Well done, Macca. 3-2. What spirit! Oh, amazing, amazing spirit. The spirit that you need, that can drag you through. All of that shown. Come on, it's not over yet. Still a long way to go in this title race. But what a massive result. We're Leyton Orient. We're top of the league. We're Leyton Orient. We're top of the league. I love you boys. Run away. To the top of the league, run away. How do you get there? Run away. Run away. To the football league, run away. How do you get there? Run away. How do you get there? Run away. Come on, boys. Run away. To the football league, run away. Come on. Come on. Come on. Reload. Justin. So we are top of the league. Come on. Top of the league. So we are top of the league. We are top of the league. So we are top of the league. We are top of the league.
You can see I'm now back from the game. What a crazy game as well to start things off. I mean, everything. I told you there would be goals. I told you McCallum would probably score. He scored a brace. And yeah, let's talk through the game. So, I mean, it got off to a pretty bad start with us conceding inside 6 minutes. Eastleigh looked quite dangerous, and every ball coming into the box to McCallum especially looked like it was going to end up in the back of the net. And then just before they scored, Brophy had one, well, cleared one off the line from Paul McCallum's header. Very good header off the line as well, good reactions from Brophy. Otherwise that would have been 1-0 even earlier. But then a few minutes later, unfortunately after that, McCallum did score. A very poor goal to concede, I guess, when you look at, I don't like to single players out, but Ling dived in out on the right hand side, got done. The geezer went down the line, put a ball into the box, and it was very easy for McCallum to get up in the air, and I think it was Coulson that got beat for the first goal. And then that's it, that's 1-0 to Eastleigh. And then, I mean, before, there was no real time in between that and our equaliser where anything happened. It happened so quickly. Cromer scored 4 minutes later. Another good goal by Cromer. Nice worked move, and Cromer finished it off, and I think that's his 11th of the season now. He also made his 100th appearance for the club tonight. So at 20 years of age, to make 100 appearances for a club is pretty good going. So that's 1-1, and that's exactly what you needed in such an important game like this, to get back on level terms very early after conceding was very positive. And then the game kind of levelled out for a bit. We were kind of looking to really go in front, and then, you know, against a runner play, it's almost like deja vu, where the ball comes into the box, the crosses should have been stopped and they weren't, and the ball comes into the box and McCallum loops a header, beats Happy in the air, loops a header over Brill into the far bottom corner, and bags his brace, and it gets 2-1 to Eastleigh against a runner play. And then at that point, you know, I'm sure people were thinking, oh, you know, like, this could be our season over, you know, we've got to step it up very quickly again. And it would have been very easy for the players to have just kind of rolled over and almost died in the game. The game panned out and stayed 2-1 till half time. With not much. I mean, other than their 2 goals in that first half, Eastleigh didn't really do much going forward. They did always look a threat with that ball into the box, but we probably were the better side. Well, I know we were the better side, and to be behind was unfortunate. You know, you just caught McCallum on a very good day, unfortunately for us. But yeah, going into the second half is a massive 45 minutes ahead. You know, with our season potentially on the line. Don't forget, if you know the result had stayed like that and we'd lost, you know, it's out. The league would have been completely out of our hands. So yeah, let's not get into that, because that didn't happen, luckily. But we started the half off strong, constant attacking pressure, and then equalised through Bon in the 57th minute. Lovely little turn from Bon, kind of out of nothing really as well. You know, it had gone a little bit flat and Bon found himself in the box, kind of trademark Bon goal, really, when he's in the box on the turn and then slots it home past the keeper to the far hand bottom corner, and that's what he done very elegantly, and that brought us back to level terms, and with a lot of time left, you know, with the final third of the game still to be played. So I mean, that was a massive goal. Gave the whole stadium a lift, gave the players a much needed lift, and then that kind of 5 minutes after that was brilliant. You know, the crowd were immense, and that really spurred the players on. Kind of sucked that ball into the net again, because a lovely work move. Ling got played in on the right hand side, although Ling probably was at fault for, well, he was at fault for one of the goals tonight. He did kind of redeem himself a little bit. When he got laid in, could have shot, put it across goal on a plate for James Brophy at the far post, who just tapped it in very easily. And that's 3-2, and that was, what, a couple of minutes after Bond's equaliser, so that was a massive goal, obviously. And then after that, it was a bit nervy, as you'd expect, you know, considering what was on the line. 3 points at stake were massive. And we did create a few more opportunities after that, and, you know, in search of that 4th goal. And that didn't come. In the end, it didn't need to come. You know, we maintained that 3-2 scoreline to the end. Although, like I say, it was a bit nervy at the end. They had a few corners and long throws into the box, which you obviously thought could be dodgy, with McCallum being on such fine form with his head. I think something ridiculous, like 18 goals of his 25 now for the season, I think, after tonight, have been with his head. So that tells you everything. But luckily, in the end, we've got the 3 points, and a massive 3 points. You know, it's giving everyone a lift. Going into Saturday against Sutton, and now things are back in our hand as it stands, with 3 points clear of Solihull and 2 of Salford. Look, we've got the toughest run in by far. You know, we've still got to play Sutton this week, who, after Eastleigh obviously losing to us tonight, they can really have a great chance of getting into the playoffs. Harrogate, who are also fighting for the playoffs, who are inside the playoffs, so they're a good side. Solihull Moors, which could be that title decider on the Easter Monday, and then the last game of the season at home to Braintree, which is the only real game you'd look at that and say, you know, we should win. But there is some very hard games in there. Look, there's probably still going to be twists and turns to go, but we've put ourselves in a very good position with 4 games to go. You know, it's still being in our hands and being 2 points clear. I'd have bitten your hand off for that at the start of the season. So, you know, I'm very happy tonight. And a crazy game that saw us came out on top in the end, and a much needed 3 points in our last game in hand. So that is it for this vlog. Please like, comment, subscribe, and then I'll see you away at Sutton this weekend. Up yours.